And welcome to Wild About Math with Kellett. This is 5.NBT.2, multiplying powers of 10. Before we start, I'd like you to take a look at the picture of the horse with the horse's tail at the bottom. It says, just like a horse's tail goes at the end of a horse, the decimal goes at the end of a whole number. In my classroom, I have a real horse's tail hanging on the board. And if you're in my classroom, you can see the horse's tail hanging by my computer. And you will see that that's a reminder that the horse's tail goes at the end of the horse. And so the decimal goes at the end of the whole number. We're going to do a couple of problems where this applies. And that horse is a reminder of where to put the decimal. When the decimal is given, it's no problem, but when the decimal is not given, you might need a reminder where it goes. All right, we've already learned what powers of 10 are. Now we're going to apply that information. Let's start. So when you multiply by a power of 10, you move the decimal to the right because you're getting larger. Your numbers are getting larger when you multiply. So the exponent tells us how many places you're going to move that decimal. So this number 1 has 2 for an exponent. That means you're going to move the decimal 2 places to the right. So we start right here, and we're going to go 1 space, 2 spaces, and put a new decimal right there. So we're going to rewrite this as 87 and a decimal and 4/10. 87 and 4/10 would be our correct answer. You have moved the decimal 2 places to the right. So we've shifted by 2 spaces. All right, let's take a look at the next one. We don't have an exponent. Instead, we have the 3 zeros, which is the same as 10 times 10 times 10, or 10 to the 3rd power. So we know in this case, we're going to move the decimal 3 spaces, and we're still going to go to the right. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 spaces, and we have an empty space right here at the end. What goes in the empty space is another 0, a placeholder. So we're going to rewrite this answer 6, 6, 3, and a 0 at the end. Now you do not have to put a decimal at the end here because it's just given. That's a whole number. So 6,630. 630. You don't say the word and. 6,630. All right. I forgot to put my numbers here. So this is a number 2. This is number 3, number 4, and number 5. Number 3. Now we're moving our decimal 4 places to the right. So we start here and we go 1, 2, 3, 4. It might help us to rewrite this one below. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll have 3 empty spaces. That means I have to add 3 zeros. So when I write my answer up here, I have a 7, a 2, a 5, and 3 zeros. 725,000 would be the answer. 725,000. Now here's where the horse comes in. There is no decimal on this whole number. So just like the horse's tail goes at the end of the horse, right here, so the decimal goes at the end of the whole number. I'm going to rewrite it underneath. I'm going to put the decimal at the end. I know I need to move it 3 spaces because the exponent is a 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 spaces to the right and put a new decimal. I can cross that decimal out if it's in the way. In those empty spaces, I need to put zeros. 1, 2, 3. So your new answer is 41,000. And count back 3 and put a comma. 41,000. Now for another one just like that, you have no decimal. I'm going to rewrite it down here. I'm going to stick the decimal on the end. The exponent is a 5. So I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and put a new decimal. I'll just cross that out. Put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count back. 900,000 would be the answer for number